Down.
Hello, it is midday in Brussels at 7 p.m. in Beijing. I'm Monita Rajpal.
And I'm Zain Verjee. You're watching CNN, the world's news leader, and this is World One live from London.
We begin this hour with intense fighting which has been raging on the edge of the Syrian capital, Damascus, bringing the armed uprising dangerously close to home for President Bashar al-Assad. Reuters is citing an anti-government activist as saying security forces have driven rebel fighters out of the Damascus suburb of Ghouta following a bombardment lasting 2 days. From the nuclear watchdog, the IAEA have arrived in Iran amid concern the country is trying to develop nuclear weapons. This has been following the story. He joins us now here in the studio. They're saying, the Director General of the IAEA is saying that he's hoping this will start some sort of a dialogue with Tehran. How likely is that going to happen?
It's difficult to say. I mean, you know, the Iranians, what the IAEA are going there for is to try and get some answers, of course, as to what this Iranian nuclear program is all about. In November, they issued a report.
Forgive us if you've heard this one before. EU leaders will gather in Brussels in just a few hours, looking to advance their fiscal treaty and secure the future of the Eurozone. But there is an elephant in the room, and that elephant is called Greece. We may be close to an agreement on writing down one lot of Greek debt, but big questions remain over Athens' ability to repay its next bailout installment. Now, the country's creditors are demanding Greece honor its promises to implement strict austerity measures, but a German suggestion that Greece needs strict supervision to put those measures into practice has created yet another rift. So what can we actually realistically expect to come out of today's EU summit? Let's go to Jim Bolden, is in Brussels with that part of the story. Jim.
Well, Monita, it looks pretty clear that the EU leaders will agree on what's called the ESM, the Europe.
Offering up any sort of options and solutions to inspire some sense of growth?
Well, there is some EU money that Jose Manuel Barroso, the commissioner, the president, has been talking about, maybe releasing that money.
3 Afghan immigrants have been sentenced to life in prison for the so-called honor killings of female family members. A Canadian jury convicted Mohammed Shafia, his wife, and their son of the first-degree murder of Shafia's 3 teenage daughters and his first wife. The jury returned a guilty verdict. The father, mother, and their eldest son insisted they were innocent. From Kingston, Ontario, here's Paula Newton.
Mother, father, and son left this courtroom as convicted murderers.
China's state news agency Xinhua says the Sudanese army has freed 17 Chinese nationals kidnapped by Sudanese rebels on Saturday, but dozens of other workers, also taken from a remote construction site in southern Sudan, are still missing. According to the official Sudanese news agency, the freed workers are in good condition. A Sudanese army official earlier blamed the mass kidnapping on a rebel group from the border region with South Sudan. Trending on social media right now at number 3, Facebook may soon update its status from private to public. Reports say the social network could file registration papers as soon as Wednesday for an initial public offering in May. It's likely to be the largest U.S. tech IPO, apparently aiming to raise a whopping $10 billion. If that goal is met, it would give the company a value of between $75 and $100 billion. At number 2, the Screen Actors Guild awards The Help, which looks at the lives of African-American housemaids in the early 1960s, took top honors on Sunday, making it one to watch for the Oscars. Viola Davis beat Meryl Streep and Michelle Williams to the prize for Best Actress, and Octavia Spencer won Best Supporting Actress for the same movie. The Best Actor award went to Jean Dujardin for his lead role in The Artist. And at number 1, a classic match, and still one of our top stories on CNN.com. Novak Djokovic overcame Rafael Nadal in the final of the Australian Open after a nearly 6 hours in court. Both men say it's a match they will never forget. I think all of us will never forget. We'll have more of that, of course, in our sports update. Zain? What an incredible weekend for sport and an historic final of the Australian Open. Don Riddell with the full story. Man alive, what a great match.
It was incredible, wasn't it? Thanks very much. Novak Djokovic is on his way out of Melbourne following his epic victory against Rafael Nadal. The sport we've got time for.
Now, Dad, Djokovic and Nadal be telling their grandkids about that.
No doubt.
Thank you so much, Don.
You're watching World One Live from London.
Syrian security forces have done all they can over the past 10 months to snuff out opponents of the regime. Now anti-government activists are adapting their tactics to match those of their enemy. Arwa Damon takes us into the opposition underground where she witnessed a deadly game of cat and mouse.